Hi, my name is Nicole Bergstrom and I will be telling you how to make Play-Doh. First off, you're going to turn your heat on low and then you're going to add 2 cups of flour and then you are going to add 2 cups of water into the Play-Doh. I just put mine into a little bowl because it's easier to measure that way. And then you're going to add 1 cup of salt. And then we use 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. And then the last ingredient is 1 tablespoon of cream of tartar. And you can find that at any local grocery store. It just helps with the Play-Doh's elasticity. So then I'm just going to mix it up. And then you're going to just continue to mix it until it gets to be the consistency of almost like cookie dough. But as you start stirring it and it starts cooking, you'll notice that it's going to get thicker and thicker. Before you take it off the stove, you want it to almost be in clumps. And as we go, I'll show you what each stage will look like. For Play-Doh at school, because I make it a lot for my kids at school, I really like to use it as a cooking activity. So when we do it, we add different scents to it. So here, I'm going to show you what it looks like right now so you can see. It almost looks like the consistency of Play-Doh. And then I'm going to turn it off and then I'll show you in a couple minutes what it's supposed to look like. Hi, I'm back now and I can show you what it looks like about halfway through as you're cooking your Play-Doh. This is what it will look like. It'll start to look really lumpy and as you can see it's getting really thick. It may be hard to tell on the camera, but as you are getting closer to the end, you'll see the Play-Doh is going to start turning a darker brown. And that means it's getting closer to being done. You can see it's really thick now. I like to make sure that I keep stirring it all the way through, otherwise it's going to burn your pan. So please make sure that you just continue to stir, otherwise you're going to have a huge mess to clean up. And when you are cleaning it up, it's really easy just to soak it in water for a while, and then it seems to be really easy to scrub the pot up when you are finished. So I'm going to turn it off again and then I'll show you at the very end what it looks like. Alright, hi, I'm back now and this is the final step of the process. You want to make sure that you have a bowl or a surface that is ready that can take a hot piece of Play-Doh. Then you want to make sure that you turn off the stove and make sure that this is done by an adult. This is what the final Play-Doh is going to look like. It comes out in a ball, so you can see when it is done, you'll see like this. If you notice that your Play-Doh is a little bit too sticky, you can always throw it back in the pan and let it cook just a little bit longer. It might be just need a couple more minutes in the pan. So right now I'm going to add some food coloring to the Play-Doh, and this will really help the Play-Doh take color, and sometimes it takes a long time just to knead the Play-Doh as you go. So you can use any type of food coloring you want. I'm just going to use blue because that's my favorite color. As a teacher, you can use many different scents. I've read that you can add like sprinkles to it. You can add many different types of things for the kids to use in their Play-Doh. One of the easier colors to add, I find, is blue because it takes to the Play-Doh a lot better. Like yellow, you have to add quite a bit more. As you can see, I have this in just like a Pyrex bowl, kind of so you guys can see it better. But you have to just keep kneading it around until it is completely done. And please make sure that this is done by an adult because the Play-Doh is still pretty hot. So I'm going to add a little bit more Play-Doh in, and it's nice to add it into a fold. When you're done with this Play-Doh, you can either store it in a Ziploc tight container, or you can store it at school. I like to store it in just like a Ziploc baggie, and it seems to last about a month, which is actually a pretty good shelf life for Play-Doh. And this Play-Doh is really great for toddlers because, of course, they like to put the stuff in their mouth, so you know that whatever they put in here is not, whatever they put in their mouth is not going to harm them. So that's really good for them. And I know I like using this with my daughter because she likes to put everything in her mouth. That's just the stage she's at right now. So I don't know if you can see, but right now it's starting to get a little bit more color into it. And I'm going to add a little bit more food coloring into it, just so the process goes a little bit faster. I add about 6 or 7 drops each time as I go. And if you don't like to have the food coloring on your hands, you can always wear gloves. That seems to help keep the food coloring off your hands. But usually it just comes right off my hands if I decide to wash them right afterwards. But before you put it in a Ziploc bag, make sure that you let it set until it's cooled down, especially for when the kids play with it too. And you can see it's starting to turn the blue color that you need to be, but my hands are really turning colors right now, but it should come right out. So I hope you enjoyed this video of making Play-Doh. Thank you!